Hi, as promised, I'm going to do the flip through of my Grungy Neutral Eco-y journal. I haven't named this one, it's just got journal on it. I couldn't think of a good name for it, so it is what it is. This has just been a random journal. I didn't have a plan for it. I've just worked on it and done whatever popped into my head on the day that I was working on it. I'd done some eco dyeing, and I've used some of the prints from that in here, and gathered bits and pieces that I had as well. I'm loving this rust. I've got some rust paste, which is that, and that's what I've been using to rust stuff. Brilliant, I absolutely love it. I've used that on this and several other pieces inside. Okay, so let's jump in. So it is a 6 and a bit inches by 8 and a very small spine, which clearly I should have made bigger again. So it's well, it's supposed to be 2, but it sort of looks like it's 1 3/4 now. I have left those plain. I think I was going to leave it plain because there's so much going on inside the journal. I'll put my marker's make on the back, maker's mark even. So on the cover I've got here, I've got a safety pin and I've added these charms to it. There's some coffee dyed fabric that I've put on there, bits of lace. That's a little glass vial with some lavender and other bits in there. This was a little photo frame that I've used, and the burnt matches. This is just a leaf that I've darkened off. A stick that I had, and this is actually string, and I've used the rust on it to make it look like little pieces of barbed wire. That's what it looks like from the edge. Very chunky. I just went mad as usual. So I've tied it. I've put a little, just some fabric, and that's fastened to this little tab here. It's just got some beads on it. Okay, so let's jump inside. So inside cover, I've got a little fastener here with a magnet on it, just a little dangly thing on there that I've rusted. That's one of the eco leaves that I did. Some stamping. That's one of the leaves that I'd used through my Sizzix and it dried it out, so I've popped that on there. Put a little stamp on there. This opens up, and then here there's just some cardboard. It's very tactile. This feels rusty. Then that opens up. There's a tuck spot in there. I haven't filled it with bits and bobs because it's just too chunky. So whoever has it can take out or put in whatever they like. A couple of little pockets there. Some old eco dyed paper that I did there. This is just a little notebook that can come out. It's just held in with a little pin there, and I stamped along the bottom. And then on this side here, there's just some buttons, some embellishments. That's a little piece of paper that's just in there. It's just tucked in to journal on its tuck spot. That's another safety pin that I rusted up, and then just some more little bulb pins hanging off it. You can dangle bits off there or do whatever you fancy with that. Over the page, this is another leaf that I'd put through my Sizzix, so it had dried it out totally. I just stamped on that. Added some embellishments, a little cluster there. And then on this side, yet another leaf, some coffee dyed paper I'd got. I've hung an embellishment on there with a tree on it. That opens out. Another little tuck spot in there for bits of ephemera. This lifts up. And have I done it? No, I haven't done any pockets in there. So again, it's just decor, or you can journal on little pieces of it. On there, I had a little spool. I've put some lace on it, some beads either end. So we turn this one over. And there's a rusty safety pin on there, just on the little cluster. And that's a little burlap pocket. It's got a little piece of emer in there, and underneath there is some eco-dyed paper. This is some paper that I made with tissue and glue years ago. It's got rose petals in it. Again, it's really crispy and crunchy, that one. Again, it can be journaled on. Over the page, again, just another decorative page. That's one of the prints that I put through my Sizzix. Another little dangle there, a little flower. Over the page, a little tuck spot there. And there's another piece of the cardboard that I've rusted. Put a little, I've made that shiny and embossed it, just a journaling spot. And that's rusty. Maybe you can see it. Let me bring it up. It looks rusty on the back. So, that's an eco print on some fabric that I did. That's just flaps up. So here I used textured paste or textured gel medium, and it's still got some ink on the actual stencil, and that's what's coloured that. That's some bleeding from some dyeing that I did. This again, I used a stencil on some paper that got bleeding on it from something else that I dyed, and then I've used paints and gilding paste on there to give it the shine. Over the page, that's just some netting fabric. Again, on the paper underneath has had a bleed on it from the inks that I was using. A little bell embellishment. Again, some more rusted paper there. Here I've just put some little dried flowers on it. That I've left plain so you can journal on it. It's handmade paper, this is, and it's quite gritty, but I love it. It's a lovely texture, that is. And over the page, some bit of eco-dyed paper there, and I've made that into this little rough notebook and put it into a belly band. And a little cluster there. Some more of this paper, and I've just stuck on a bit of fabric with some rub-on stickers on there. Left that side plain so it can be journaled on. Another tuck spot here. Over the page, that's just lift up, little journaling spot there with a little embellishment on it. This is just another mismatched page with all sorts of bits and pieces on it, and I've put a little net pocket there that I can just put some bits and pieces in. And over the page, another little, that's another one of the leaves that I did. And in here there's I've made an envelope, I've got ephemera in it, just tuck that in there, it's a little tuck spot. On this side, this is an eco print that I did a load of eco printing. I did fabric and some paper at the same time, with some rusty water, and I think I put onion skin in as well. And then there is a little folder that just opens up, a little notebook in there, and that just slots in into there, stamped on the back of that. And here again, another one of the leaves, that's inside tea bag paper, and there's a little butterfly on there. It's got mother of pearl on it. I just thought it was really pretty. Here's another piece of eco-dyed paper, and I used handmade paper, a little felt flower on it. This one's got some jump rings that's holding it in, and then it's tied in. And that opens up there. There's a bit more eco-dyeing on the other side. It's more of the little matches, and this pops up and it's got a couple of tuck spots. Again, I've not filled it because it was just getting ridiculously bulky. That's on some cheesecloth that I put, I think I put glue on it, or I gave it a glue bath to make it stiff. Here it's another one of the leaves that I put through the Sizzix on a piece of fabric. I just pop that in there, that lifts up. And it's another little envelope I made, but this one's fixed, so I can have some little bits in there. That's a tag, just tucks into there. Kept this page simple, that's just a piece of paper that you can journal on, and your little belly band. And that is that's fabric that's been dyed at some point when I was making something. Little embellishment there. Then over the page there's a tuck spot there, there's a card with pockets on it. Another one of my eco dyed leaves. And over here another one of those little envelopes. They're eco dyed leaves that I've just drawn around. And that lifts up, and there's a little tuck spot there. Another one here, there's a feather on there, little dragonfly. It's just a little flower that I've embossed. The page, some more mesh, that's some mesh fabric I'd got. That's tea bag paper that I've stamped on and just embellished it. Paper here I've just used all different, I think it was inks and some acrylic paint it might have been. I've stamped over the top of that. Got a cluster at the bottom, and on there there's a leaf. This page here is some of the fabrics, the end piece of a fabric that I did when I was eco dyeing. There are some leaf details in there that you can see. You can see the outline of this one. I thought it went really well with this journal. There's another envelope there. That's on some tea bag paper again. It's just a little image that I've put on there. Stamp that inside. Journal in there. Or this one here. It just opens up, and there's some more pockets. Again, I've not put anything in them because I just can't fit anything else in. I'm getting worried about how chunky it is. So across the page this opens up, some little glossy stickers on there, a little area for notes or to journal on. It's just some grunged up lace. Over the page another one of my eco dyed leaves, that's on handmade paper as well. That might be, no, that might be mixed media paper. On this page I stenciled onto, this is the muslin that's had a glue bath, so it's quite stiff but it feels lovely. And then just put this pocket over the top. It's just got some tatty lace hanging off it. And over this page again just put another pocket on, and this is another leaf that's in a tea bag that's been in the tea for a long time by the looks of that, because it's quite dark. This one I just rubbed over that netting. I used it like a stencil just to give an effect on that page, and do some lines on it, just see them for journaling. And that is it. That is the journal completed. I've absolutely loved doing this one. It's been great fun. Just going with whatever popped in my head that day. It's turned out beautifully. I'm really happy with it. I just wished I'd done the spine bigger as usual. Well, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. I appreciate anybody that subscribes. That's brilliant. You take care. Thank you. Bye.